and today I am finally doing a opera-inspired monthly spread again. I took a break in March and April. There was just a lot going on, and I wanted to do the spread justice because we are going to be doing Puccini's Madama Butterfly for our opera theme this May. And I wasn't sure if it was the best one to do for May, but when I thought about it, it is the story of a mother. You know, Cio-Cio-San is a mother, and her story is tragic, but I feel like it's also an important story to tell. It has so many important kind of cross-cultural themes, and it's also some of the most beautiful music you will ever hear. And, you know, sometimes I like to cry for fun, so I'll just listen to Madama Butterfly. So that is what we are going to be doing for our May monthly spread. So if you are new here, what I do, first of all, welcome, subscribe. What I do is I will be showing you how I'm doing my planner spread, but while I'm going through all that, I will have music from the opera playing, and we will talk about the story of the characters. So you can basically learn about the opera. With this one, there are some darker themes as well, so I kind of have to put a disclaimer that if you don't like the really tragic, kind of triggering stuff, that this opera may not be for you. But please feel free to check out any of my other ones that I've covered and my other videos on my channel, and maybe skip this one. But for everyone else, we're going to get started. Before I start, I'm going to talk to you about the materials I'm using. So I have some scrapbook paper from a Park Lane that I've just torn because I wanted it to have a torn aesthetic. I think that that's fitting. I also have this koi fish washi tape from the washi tape shop, and these butterflies from Simply Gilded, and just this random like dark bluey black washi that I got off Amazon a billion years ago as well. So those are going to be what we're using there. I also have the Papillon sticker book because butterflies. And then you may have remembered that I think it was back in February, the theme for the STICKII Club vintage pack was Natsukashii. So it had a lot of beautiful Japanese style artwork and imagery. So we had this like night scene in Kyoto. That's perfect. Erica Ward illustration made these beautiful images, and I was really happy to see this one in particular because the only other like sticker I could find, it was not what I wanted. So this, as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, it's perfect. And like all the flowers and everything, perfect. There are some boxes that I'm going to be using for like the days I have big appointments and things. And last but certainly not least, we had these amazing Japanese print gold foil date covers for the whole month. So I am so excited, and I'm actually excited because I waited till a 31st month, so I get to use all of them. Sorry. So I get to use all of them. So we are going to be using all of those, and I'll be starting by gluing this down and putting my washi in place. And then we're going to move on to boxes, date covers, and the bigger elements. So as we do that, of course, I will be talking about the opera and you'll hear my voiceover. So without further ado, let's do Madama Butterfly. Madama Butterfly is a tragic three-act opera set in Nagasaki, Japan in 1904. The composer, Giacomo Puccini, premiered the opera that year. While there are certainly issues with the westernized portrayal of Japanese culture, the opera itself has stood the test of time and even become popular with Japanese audiences. I think one reason for this is the opera's heart-wrenching story, which speaks across time and audiences. Let's delve into the tragedy of Cio-Cio-San, aka Madama Butterfly. We open to meet U.S. Naval Officer Benjamin Pinkerton renting a house in Nagasaki for himself and his teenage Japanese bride-to-be, Butterfly, or Cio-Cio. His bride is a 15-year-old former Maiko, or apprentice geisha, who has visions of America so dazzling her that she converts to Christianity to prepare for her wedding, incurring the wrath of her uncle, a Buddhist bonsai. All right, so that is all of the washi and scrapbook paper down, and I was trying to kind of create the effect of maybe like a sliding paper door and like kimono fabric, and just to kind of immerse us in Cio-Cio-San's world. I'm going to next go on to the larger boxes for the different things going on in March. Despite being renounced by her family, Cio-Cio-San believes Pinkerton truly loves her and follows him to their marriage bed with stars and maybe stripes in her eyes. The problem is that Pinkerton is sort of what is to the opera world what Hans is to Disney's Frozen. He doesn't really love Cio-Cio-San, but is infatuated with her exotic beauty and the convenience of their liaison, and Japan's lax divorce laws at the time. He is totally self-absorbed and blindly patriotic, so much so that he even stops his totally in Italian aria to boldly sing in English, "America Forever." So when he bids his wife farewell and promises to return, we, the audience, have a pretty clear idea that he's not coming back. In spite of this, Cio-Cio-San, who has given up everything for him and has even borne him a son in his absence, never brings herself to doubt he'll return to her. The U.S. consul Sharpless comes to her one day to confirm he has news of Pinkerton's return, but he can't even finish telling her the whole truth of the matter before she cuts him off in her excitement. She takes her maid Suzuki and her son to prepare the house with flowers for her husband's arrival. Okay, y'all, spoilers are next, so skip to the time on the screen if you'd rather not know the ending. But for the rest of y'all, just stay tuned, here we go. In Act 3, we discover Pinkerton has returned, and he's brought his American wife, Kate, with him. Kate learned of his child and has agreed to raise him in America. Pinkerton sees how beautiful the house has been prepared for him, and he starts to realize he never should have been so careless with the teenager he took as a bride. But it's too late. When Cio-Cio-San realizes his betrayal, she decides to summon him before her. She blindfolds her young son, says goodbye to him, and places an American flag in his hands before she invokes her ancestral deities and commits ritual seppuku. By the time Pinkerton arrives, she is gone. And that is the tragic tale of Madama Butterfly. I've seen this opera both simulcast as well as performed live, and no matter how many times I take in the performances and the music, the ending still brings me to tears. The story of a teenage mother who risked everything for a man who never intended to love her back. Now, that's a heartbreaking tale that too many have lived in real life. I hope this Mother's Day we can take time to celebrate the struggles and triumphs of all mothers, and maybe lend our hearts to those like Cio-Cio-San who have tried their best to give their children a better life. So dry your eyes, and now let's get back to planning. So I think we are finally done with all of the decoration. I just really enjoy how like floating all this looks. I feel like it's very appropriate for the floating world that our main character comes from. I am now going to finish off by adding these date covers over everything, so we have the dates covered, and then I will go ahead and show you the after the pen. Well, I feel like everything's done now that I have written everything in, but something was missing for Mother's Day, so I decided that I would take one of the foil butterflies from the Papillon sticker book, and we will put that on our Mother's Day sticker. And there we have the finished spread after the pen, and you can see that I still have plenty of room on most of the days to go ahead and write anything in that I need to, so that's good. I will say I am really happy with how this turned out. I just think it is so pretty, and I hope it does justice to the opera and its music as well. I'm really excited to use these stickers from STICKII Club and the Papillon sticker book and just create this sort of beautiful homage to a opera that not only I love, but is beloved of many around the world. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more opera spreads, I'll leave a link to the playlist at the end of this video. Subscribe if you like my content and want to see more decorative planning, DIYs. I do all of that here each Wednesday. And leave a comment, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Have a wonderful Mother's Day. Bye!